Routines to grow your mind. Welcome to Cash Street, where cash is always king. So here are 15 ways to upgrade your mindset. Number 1. Put your social media use on a timer. To change your mindset, the first thing you need to do is to limit the things that actually harm your brain. From your phone, you can set daily limited timers for all social media platforms. Your use of social media will end as soon as the timer runs out. This is the ultimate productivity tool. We've been using it for months. The direct addiction to social media and its negative effects on self-esteem can seriously hinder the development of a healthy mindset. No, looking at those inspirational quotes will not help you in any way. Therefore, start by restricting your use of social media. This is great advice for improving your mindset in general as well. Number 2. A healthy dose of perspective is added. Perspective and alternative perspectives are lacking in a negative mindset. When was the most recent time you thought to yourself, I never looked at it that way before? It's a big red flag if you've never said this before. To be able to comprehend other points of view, you don't have to agree with everyone, but it's important to broaden your perspective. Number 3. Reduce your ego. You are the greatest obstacle to progress. Everything begins in your head, and you won't be able to grow if your ego is at the heart of every thought. The ego is like a balloon that shows how much you value yourself and believe in yourself. Like a balloon, your ego can get too big and stop you from growing. It's possible to become arrogant and believe you always know what's best when your ego is overinflated. As a result, you might become narrow-minded, resistant to novel concepts, and less likely to seek assistance or advice. Number 4. Be surrounded by people who do. First of all, being around people who act boosts your motivation levels like a shot of caffeine. At the point when you see others making a move and arriving at their objectives, it causes you to accept that you can do likewise. In addition, when you're encircled by individuals who are driving themselves to be their best, it keeps you responsible and on target. And this works since you're at last contrasting yourself with them. Why can't you if they can? This broadens your perspective on what can be accomplished and what can't. The statement that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with will always be true. And we're not just talking about making friends with CEOs and entrepreneurs here. We're talking about individuals from all walks of life who control their own destiny. Number 5. Abandon outdated ideas. You believe that your parents taught you how the world works. However, in reality, all they did was demonstrate their worldview to you. The same is true for your early mentors and teachers. A certain mindset can get you to a certain point, but in order to advance, you need to be able to change. Avoid holding on to outdated beliefs too tightly. The extent to which you can develop depends on your capacity for change. Number 6. Put an end to autopilot. The majority of your daily activities are carried out automatically. You just do it, no longer giving it much thought. Your thoughts are similar. You can't change how you think if you're used to thinking in a certain way unless you turn off the autopilot by hand. For instance, you are now manually breathing. Notice your sudden realization that you must actually breathe and that this doesn't just happen. The same is true for your thought patterns. If you get irritated frequently in traffic, you can always anticipate feeling irritated even if nothing has transpired. Be aware of your thoughts and reflect on the reasons behind them. Number 7. Complete what you started. Unless you're doing something really stupid, finish what you're doing. Too many people start a lot of things but don't finish them because they don't hold themselves accountable or take responsibility for their actions. Without these 2 things, you can't change your mindset. Things shouldn't be put on hold for too long, and you shouldn't start something if you know you won't finish it. Number 8. Don't take it lightly. Treat everything you do, even your breaks, with the utmost seriousness. This is important because you need to work your muscles as hard and often as you can to build a strong mindset. You'll notice that your best keeps getting better once you start actually trying. If you don't try to push past your limits, you'll never know where they are. Number 9. Have a learner's mindset or don't be afraid of being stupid. Do not steer clear of situations or conversations in which you do not have anything of value to contribute. It's the only way to recognize your flaws and control your ego at the same time. Number 10. Learn for yourself. It goes without saying that getting a new mindset will always be a big part of education. Every great mind on the planet continuously educates itself. The good news is that you don't have to become a bookworm to learn something new. In fact, you can educate yourself in 10 to 15 minutes a day. And there are numerous newsletters that provide daily summaries of all significant events in a particular field. You can stay up to date on world events by following Twitter threads. You could even ask the chatbot to summarize all of the world's best books for you. You need to be very aware of the democratization of education and how to take advantage of it. If you'd like to see a dedicated video on this subject, please let us know in the comments. Number 11. More frequently say yes. Sometimes you need to say yes and other times you need to say no more often. In this case, saying yes has more advantages. You need to be open to situations that might make you feel a little uneasy, which won't happen if you stay at home alone and don't talk to anyone. When you can attend events, meet new people, and have different experiences, you will be more outgoing. It's helpful to look at life from different perspectives, and who knows, you might discover a side of yourself you didn't know you had. Number 12. Examine successful people. This is where mentors and role models come into play. Here's something you probably didn't think of before. A mentor need not to be someone you talk to on a daily basis. Actually, it doesn't even have to be someone you know personally. A mentor might just be someone whose perspective challenges yours. Imagine that all of the world's greatest thinkers are your personal mentors and that everything they wrote or said was written especially for you. Simply listening to what they have to say will suffice for you to arrive at your own conclusion. Number 13. Improve your ability to make decisions. There are two primary reasons why many people struggle with decision-making skills. The inability to trade with the future and the lack of patience are the two. Your capacity for making educated guesses and seeing the bigger picture above and beyond the surface is called decision-making. People who are at the top of their careers are paid only for their ability to make decisions. Therefore, as you improve that ability, so will your mindset. Number 14. Whenever you can, lead. Be the one to make decisions and deal with the cards whenever you have the option to do so. The point is that you won't always get it right, and not everyone will agree with you. Taking the initiative not only forces you to outgrow your current position and become a better, more articulate version of yourself, but it also builds character and mental stamina, which in turn expands your perspective. Number 15. Practice gratitude. Sometimes you have to look back at how far you've come to see how far you can go. Take a look back at yourself as you were in the past. Are you more open to new ideas than you were 5 years ago? Can you make decisions that are better now than they were 5 years ago? Do you have the capacity to accept more things than you did 5 years ago? This indicates development, but the problem with mindset is that it never really stops changing. Although you may hold some fundamental principles, the manner in which you apply them to the world will continue to evolve over time. It takes a lifetime to complete. Therefore, start doing these things now. Take your time, and in 5 years, look back on this moment to see how far you've come. These are the routines to grow your mind. Thank you from Cash Street, where cash is always king.